Hello, everyone. Welcome to January. If you've made it this far, you probably are either on your way to feeling really, really good about yourself about this year, or you are just kind of complacent and chill and just enjoying life as is, or you're part of those people that are just looking at this year and going, this is exactly like it was last year and the year before, which I understand. This has been a grueling time for us all. I mean, masks on, masks off, so many variants, this, that, the other thing, blah, blah, blah. And that's not even counting on how everybody's personal life seems to be crumbling at the seams, too. So I get where you really don't want to put your energy into goals, especially something as huge as like changing a major flaw about yourself within the next 365 days. Like, that's a huge task to take on. And I can see where that would be daunting. I mean, daunting. I can see where that would be daunting. I mean, my goal last year was to cut down on my sugar intake because I used to be able to drink these bad boys. And I would have about 3 a day. Yeah, one for lunch, one after I got off work, and if I felt like it in the evening, I'd rip back up to 7-Eleven and have another one. Like, that's just gross. That's gnarly. No offense to those who are still doing that. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. Give her shit. I ain't gonna judge. For me, it really didn't work. It was easy for me, actually. A lot of goals that I found for myself, to be perfectly honest with you, have been really, really easy. But just like everything that's really, really easy, you kind of have to learn how to do it first. You have to do tiny, 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 tiny steps first. So this is the part where you and I get kind of emotional. And I bring out the good old reminder binder. And we're actually going to talk I want to say briefly, but it never is. We're going to talk about SMART goals. Now, if you are depressed, or if you are feeling low, if you're at that point in your life where you can't think about goals, then this is specifically for you. And I want to be candid that I have been here. In March of 2017, I think it was. Pretty sure it was. In March of 2017, I hit rock bottom, like the lowest I've ever hit before. Like, it was just not a fun time. And in that time, I felt so frustrated and functionally broken that I specifically remember a moment where I was trying to tie my shoes and it didn't look right. It didn't feel right. It made me feel uncomfortable. I just bawled my eyes out because I just felt so pathetic and useless. Why? Why did I spend my entire life being told how awesome that people think that I am for me to just completely shit the bed when it comes to the one thing you need to be able to enter into school? And yeah, that was pretty much it. As far as music was concerned, there was everything that I equated as pain, I put into my music because my prior life was all attached to that stuff. My future life looked like it wasn't going to happen at all by my own hand, unfortunately. Sorry, trigger warning. And yeah, I remember a specific moment where I was so not Ebby, not Catalyst, that it was 2016. I had just come home, 2016, 2017. I had just come back from Red Deer and spent this wonderful half decade of my life just learning about music, everything there is to learn about music. Shout out to Red Deer College. And then I learned everything there I needed to know about how to start a hip hop career and how to how to manage my time and how to how to make friends and connections and which concerts to go to and how much money I should spend and blah 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 blah. Shout out to the Red Deer underground hip hop community. I see you. So yeah, after going through 5 years of just like, in my opinion, like not so much dominating, but like ingraining myself into the fucking system that was music in Red Deer, I came home, and between that time, my life had fallen apart. To use dramaticism or dramatic words, my mind wasn't where it was supposed to be. I just wasn't happy, and I remember, my mental state, severe depression, ridiculous anxiety, and I got drugged out to the bar and we did karaoke. And in my mind, I'm thinking, awesome, this is something I get to do. This is something I excel at. I love singing. I just spent the last 5 years learning how to sing. So this is great. And I got up there and I was doing everyone's favorite karaoke song, Piano Man. And I had such stage fright. And I remember going within myself and being like, why am I so afraid? Like, what is going on? Sing louder, sing your tone, sing your pitch, sing your solfeggios for all you care. Just sing something. And I don't know. I barely wait on Xanax. Just sing some piano man. And I died inside. And I sat down at my table and I just kind of slowly cried to myself. And just, yeah, it was the antithesis of myself, and I was like, what is going on here? So in 2017, March of 2017, when I hit my rock bottom, I started doing this course. I can't remember what it's actually called. Oh, hey, Changeways Clinic, the core program. I started doing that course, and it talks about managing depression and anxiety, and one of the things is goals. Now, I wanted to go back into singing, so I decided that I, myself, was going to use choir as my main goal, because that was once a week at 7 o'clock at night. That's all I needed to do. So we're going to go through S.M.A.R.T, SMART goals. First one, S, is specific. All right, sorry, let me give me a quick read here. Cool, sweet. All right, so when I say specific, I don't necessarily mean I'm going to go to choir, or I don't mean I'm going to sing, or I don't mean, I'm going to practice, or I'm going to do solfeggios. Specific is literally at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, I will be going to choir. That's it. Simple. Yours can literally be something as simple as tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm going to make my bed. Or for the ADD crowd out there, tomorrow morning, I'm going to make coffee all in one step. Or, just something that that you can obtain and do. Well, something that you can know that you can, just straight up obtain it and do it, because just a tiny little bit. So yeah, that's the first one, is be specific. The second one is it's got to be my own. I kind of think they cheat on that one, but specific and then my own. So make it yours. Make it personal. Make it something that, don't look at somebody else and be like, I want to be that big. Or don't look at somebody else and be like, I want to be that rich. Don't look at somebody else and be like, I wish I could have makeup like that. That booty, that blah, blah, blah. No, this is something for you, right? So make it something, make it personal. I love singing. That's my goal. I don't want to sing like the next person next to me. I just I just want to go to choir so I can sing again. And that's it. Again, simple. It's my own. It's something that I take pride in. It's something that I know I can do. Whether I want to or not is not necessarily the question in this one. You kind of have to kick your own ass and get yourself out there. But again, if you start small, like really small even, and nothing is too small or insignificant. I felt really dumb when I had to force myself to brush my teeth. yeah, I had to force myself to brush my teeth. And when the dentist told me that I had to do it twice a day for some reason, that just hit like a revelation. Even though at the very core, it's shit you learn from Magic School Bus, for God's sakes. But again, that's depression. You just lose chunks of your intellect. You lose chunks of yourself. You become much less of a human and more just a pod. So yeah. So specific, make the goal my own or your own. A really good point on making it my own is don't incorporate anybody else in your goal. So don't be like, okay, this Tuesday at 7 p.m., I'm going to go to choir and Johnny Mayhem is going to pick me up. If Johnny Mayhem doesn't pick me up, then I don't go to choir. I don't go outside. I don't get my socializing. I feel like Johnny Mayhem stood me up. I start to feel worse about myself. I wonder if Johnny Mayhem even likes me. Well, maybe I don't like myself. You know? Just don't rely on other people for your goal. Don't. Do not do that, because if someone disappoints you, that's just gonna make your day a lot worse. That's gonna make your mood a lot worse. It's gonna make your time a lot worse. And honestly, in my personal opinion, it's gonna take away your credibility. Just as a side note, I know what it means to have your mental health hijacked by someone else talking to you, telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing. It's your journey. It's your mental health journey. Okay? Don't let anyone take your mind away from you except for you. And then you can get that shit back. All right. So that's specific, my own. And then the next one, action oriented. This one is just straight up. Don't put any emotion into it. None. You know, I'm going to go to choir. I'm going to sing a great madrigal. And then I'm going to feel happy afterwards. If I go to choir and I sing that wonderful madrigal, but then I'm not happy afterwards. You know, if I go, I used to do this all the time to myself. I used to get really mad. And then I would go out and play basketball. And then I would miss. And then I would miss. And then I would miss. And I would miss it. I'd miss it. Fucking angry at the basketball playing that was supposed to make me feel better actually made me feel worse. That's because I connected my emotion to it. I wasn't just in the moment. I wasn't just feeling the ball in my hands, spinning that sucker, or watching the backspin, hit the backboard, swish, rebound off, blah, 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 yada. I wasn't tagging it. I was just so wanting something else that I did externally to just make me feel happy instead of just enjoying the fact that I was just doing. So with your goal, no emotional attachments, no expectations. You know, I'm going to climb Mount Everest and then my daddy will love me. No, don't do that. You know, I'm going to go outside in the sun and talk to my neighbors. No, don't do that. Don't. Just go outside. Enjoy, but don't put emotion to it, okay? So, specific, my own, and then action oriented. Okay? It's all about the action, not about the feeling. And the last one is make it realistic. So, oh, sorry. S.M.A.R.T. Second last one. Make it realistic. I have to turn the page. That's why I did that. Make it realistic. So in 2019, my goals were financial, to have like a lot of money, and I put all my money, like I set up my bank account that I would have like X amount at the end of the year, and I'd be happy. And then I wanted to like really just get swole, and I mean like the rock swole, which what else? Anyway, I had like this whole thing lined up, and it was gonna be magnanimous. And just magnanimous. I'm gonna use some words I'm not entirely sure about. Anyway, it was gonna be huge and awesome and wonderful, and then COVID hit, and so last year my goal was just simple. I had two goals, realistic goals. One, eat less sugar, which I did, and two, learn to do the splits. This one, I wasn't specific enough, and I'm pretty sure the universe took it as a metaphor. But I'm over it now. So yeah, make sure it's specific. It's my own, action-oriented, realistic. Start small, and then you'll learn how to do bigger ones later as you progress. And then, time defined. Put a stamp on that sucker. You don't want to just leave your goals all willy-nilly, right? Because like then you're just hanging out there waiting for procrastination to take its deadly toll, or efficient toll, depending on how you look at it. No. Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I will be going to choir. It's specific. It's my own. It's action-oriented. I'm leaving my house. It's realistic. I'm not going to be sitting next to Beyonce in 6 months, crooning alongside with, Sam Smith, and can't think of a third person, but you know what I mean? No, I'm just going to go a couple blocks down to the high school where choir happens. And then I know that it happens at 7 o'clock. Boom. That's it. That's all. So it's really simple. So when I say like, as we progress, or as you progress through your mental health journey, whether it's through me, whether it's through counseling and stuff like that, think about it like, I don't know, either like actual literal stories. For myself, I think about it like Gambit from X-Men. Other people may think of it from like throwing stars, or not quite so violent imagery. Sorry. But yeah, so the reason why I say that is because when you make a statement as simple as, tomorrow morning I'm going to make my bed, you've literally made yourself a SMART goal. It's specific. You're doing it tomorrow, you're doing it in the morning, and it involves your bed and, bedding. It's your own. It's not like you're waiting on your mom to wake you up, or, your significant other. Your kids aren't going to remind you, Daddy, it's time to do the bed. Although they will. Kids are weird like that. Like, they'll never do anything for themselves, but if you remind them, or if you get them to remind you, they'll never forget it. Anyway. And then it's action-oriented. You're up. You're awake. You're not making your bed while in bed. And you are doing the very act of making the bed. And then it's realistic, because, unless your goal is to like literally make the bed, tomorrow morning I'm going to go to the lumberyard, I'm going to do the planing, I'm going to do the sanding, I'm going to do the staining, I'm going to do the, all that stuff. Then all you're doing is just making the bed. Something chill. And then, yeah, it's time oriented. Tomorrow morning. Done. This year, I want to lose weight by February. Okay. It's, let's see. I don't think it's specific enough. So this year, I want to lose 5 pounds by February to trim myself up, we'll say. So that is specific. It's my own because only me and myself alone, are responsible for it. It's action oriented, which means it's something that I have to think about. It's something that I can actively do. It's realistic. 5 pounds by February? Yeah, I could totally do that. In fact, next time I get a scale, I'll weigh myself and I'll even put this to the challenge. I mean, I don't really need to lose 5 pounds, but I wouldn't mind just a little bit more tummy. Or a little less tummy. Hi, Daddy. Yeah, action oriented. It's realistic. It's 5 pounds. It's 2 months. It's just after Christmas, so I did put on a few because goodies and sugar. And then it is time oriented. February. So by February 1st, we'll see if I have lost 5 pounds. So I'll have to find a scale. I will post what I weigh now, and then obviously come February, we'll see where I'm at. And then yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much for joining this video. I super appreciate you being along for the ride. It's been a crazy year. It's going to be excellent years to come. Yeah, I'm just so glad you're here. I need friends. This is literally just me in my small apartment. This is what happens when I get off topic. Okay. Good luck with your goals out there, people. If you want help, send me a message. If you did something that you're proud of, send me a message or post on my Instagram, catalyst underscore Laura, or bleh, I suck at this, at Catalyst Loa. There we go. Or my Facebook, Catalyst Loa. Or here on the YouTube. Just know though that I'm a retired troll, so if you do want to roast me, I'm probably gonna spend some time roasting you back. Yeah. Good luck this year. I love you. I'm proud of you. You got this.